welcome back to the Disney Plus Saturday Challenge, and today we have Phineas and Ferb, the movie, Across the Second Dimension. The title is probably ironic because it was probably a 3D movie. I don't know. It aired on Disney Channel, but there might have been a 3D element to it. I don't know. It was during the big 3D era of movies. This is from 2011. It's an hour and 20 minutes long, and it has all of your favorite characters: Perry the Platypus, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Candace, of course, Phineas and Ferb, and all their entire cast. This is kind of, you know how they all they've done a Star Wars connected one, they've done a Marvel connected one. Well, this is just their universe, but it's a bit of a multiverse movie. So we get to see sort of a multiverse, in a sense, at least two different versions of reality, primarily, amongst others, in this film. So, of course, there's a grand plan with Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and the boys decide they're gonna, know what they're gonna do today, and they decide to create a giant, I don't know, just a giant platypus machine, so that Perry and it can toss a ball back and forth. But of course, Perry, being the secret agent that he has other things on his mind he needs to take care of. He knows that Dr. Doofenshmirtz is about to do something. I've just described, and by the way, also Candace is waiting in the wings trying to expose them to her mom. I've just described every episode of Phineas and Ferb, of course, and fans have come to, they're used to that. They know how that works. They know the whole premise of every single episode, for the most part, of Phineas and Ferb. And I have not seen all the episodes. I've seen a few here and there. And I did review it here on this series way back when, and we've even done one of the movies. But this one's unique in the sense that it starts at the end. And we see all of our major characters somehow in a scene together. If you think about it, and again, I haven't seen all the episodes, so there's maybe this has happened before, but what's unique about the beginning of this episode is that all of our characters, Doofenshmirtz, Perry, Phineas and Ferb, and Candace, are all together in the same scene, interacting. Perry as secret agent, Perry the Platypus, Agent P. So, how is this possible? We know that Perry leads a secret life, hidden away from the boys. Nobody knows he's a secret agent, and then he fights against Dr. Doofenshmirtz. And the boys' adventures sometimes cross paths with Dr. Doofenshmirtz, but they don't technically connect. They don't necessarily know him directly. Somehow, surprising that hasn't happened yet, but in the series. But that's part of the whole wacky premise. I'm not going to give away the entire story. Don't worry about it. It's because you have to discover it for yourself. Of course, if you're a fan, you've already seen this thing. There's an obsessive group of Phineas and Ferb fans, and rightfully so. It's full of good comedy that kids can appreciate, and adults. A few references here and there that kids will never understand, and it's all right. Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh are the creators, and their voices are all throughout this, and all the craziness that ensues comes from their minds, along with a few others who wrote this. John Colton Barry and 17 others, right? Are there 17 writers on this? Holy cow. I guess they counted as the writers for the show? I don't know. But, of course, Ashley Tisdale's back as Candace. We got, what's his name? Vincent Mariella as, it's Phineas. And Thomas Brodie, what's his face? Sangster. He was in Maze Runner, and he was also in the Artful Dodger. That's weird. I didn't realize that he was Ferb. Yeah, Ferb doesn't talk a lot, but when he does, it's important. You gotta listen. And Carolyn Ray. What am I thinking? Carolyn Ray is a mom. So, yeah, there's and of course there's a ton of other voices throughout this thing. You may recognize Allison Stoner and such. But as much as everybody loves the voices, it's all about the crazy antics. And there's music throughout this, of course. There's big musical sequences peppered throughout the movie. And at the end, you have to stay for the credits, by the way, for the biggest musical finale. It's a full-on rock show with Phineas and Ferb and a special guest. And this I'm going to ruin. So if you want to not be surprised, or if you want to be surprised, mute this while I hold up my hand. Ready? Slash from Guns N' Roses. So yeah, he gets animated and gets thrown into this big finale musical number at the end. So that's kind of great. And if you could read lips, well, I'm sorry, I just ruined it for you. So yeah, this is another one of their great adventures, fully worth your time, even if you're not a big fan. But I think the impact of what's going on and how does it all work out? I don't know where this falls into things in relation to the series and the other films and things like that. If they know who everybody's deepest secrets, what's going on? And what's going on with that other dimension that they go into, this second dimension? Could people be a little bit better, a little bit different, or even more evil in this other dimension? That's what everybody kind of discovers in this new world. And is it a better place to be than where they are now? You'll find out. So yeah, it's what you come to expect from Phineas and Ferb. Nothing less. It's all good fun. So let's pick our next episode. It's 168. Just in case I forget to show it to you later. I've already picked out tomorrow's episode. I forgot. Tomorrow is May the 4th. And what do you watch on May the 4th, but other than something relating to Star Wars? Star Wars is releasing a brand new animated series called Star Wars Tales of the Empire, following up on their Tales of the Jedi series from last year, focusing on two different sets of characters that we know from the live action and animated universes. So, whatever 168 is, I'll come back and do that on the 5th, Revenge of the 5th. Maybe it'll be, no, it won't be a Star Wars thing. I doubt it. I don't know, but 168 is what we're going to watch the next day. Tomorrow, Star Wars, Tales of the Empire is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.